The stage has been set for the final race of the Zwift Racing League for Season 3 as riders take on the newest route on Zwift, Danger Noodle. With a ton of titans to take on, the mighty will triumph on these ever-twisting roads. The winner of the ZRL route design will be another challenging ride for this scratch race where finishing position will rule the day. With a total of 32.1 kilometers and 413 meters of elevation, this route is anything but flat. Bike choice for the route, we're going to have to give the nod to the Pinarello Dogma F 2024 with the disc wheel. While there is a good degree of climbing on this route, given the potential for the sprint finish, you are going to want to use something aero. I want to say thank you so much to Miguel Steak and Chains for providing the Recon for this route. He did the ride through for us. Please check out his channel link down below and give him a subscribe. He has some fantastic Zwift content over on his channel. Starting at the downtown pens in Watopia, the group will turn right, making their way towards the volcano. This will be a very familiar start for everyone. There will be the inevitable push up the ramp leading out of downtown. Riders will stay to the left and make their way through the S's. Some teams may push in hopes of stretching things out and drop some riders, but likely it's too early for such a push. At 2.2 kilometers, the final bump of the S's is always a favorite for attack point for many, but this will only drop the weakest of riders at this juncture. Riders will hit the JWB sprint at 2.8 kilometers after passing under the banner. You will ride the cobbles of the Italian villas and ultimately around the island and back again to the Julian Washington Bridge. It will then be back through the S's as we head back downtown, and riders will now make their way to Titans Grove. At this juncture, the pace should be relatively subdued unless somebody managed to sneak away early on in the S's. Given what is coming, I suspect there won't be much motivation for an early break, as the first third of the race accounts for less than a quarter of the total elevation in this route. We hit Titans Grove at the 10-kilometer mark. With its twisty roads and rollers, again, we may see the group stretched out here. But this time, unlike the S's, it will be a preemptive move before, which will be the first main attack point. That is Titans Grove KOM reverse at 13.3 kilometers. The Titans Grove KOM reverse is a 0.89 kilometer segment with an elevation gain of 39 meters and an average gradient of 4.4%. This climb is very draftable, but can be a little tricky as the banner is not visible until you are right near the end. Be sure to push over the top here so you can get back up to speed quickly on the longish descent that follows. Gaps may open up over the top, so stay aware and don't let the group get away, especially in the twists. More rollers start at 16.8 kilometers and continue until 18.6 kilometers as riders start making their way to the desert turnaround. At 20.3 kilometers, it's time to head back into Titans Grove. Up the desert ramp, which is a very low-grade climb that ultimately brings us back to the Titan Grove rollers, albeit this time in the opposite direction. If you haven't guessed it already, this is all leading us back to the Titans Grove KOM for what will be the longest and final climb of the season. At the 23-kilometer mark, we will hit the start of the KOM. This climb is longer than the first, although at less of a gradient, again, making it a very highly draftable climb. The Titans Grove KOM is a 2.6 kilometer climb with an average gradient of 2.2%. It isn't the steepest climb, with its peak gradient being 4.3%, but that does not mean that you are not going to see the pace pushed to potentially form a final break, or at the very least, drop a few more riders out of contention for the final sprint. Riders will reach the peak at 25.6 kilometers, and again, it will be time to descend. This time, riders may seek to push the descent and the rollers to gain as much distance as possible before exiting the grove. At 30 kilometers, riders will turn left at the T intersection and make their way back to the seaside for the finish. Here, if there is a break, they will push hard to keep away, to take away the opportunities for those sprinters that may have been hoping for that sprint finish. But ultimately, if there is a large pack and the inevitable sprint, teams may potentially form out lead-out trains. So best of luck in what is sure to be an exciting finale for teams in what has been an absolutely great season of racing in the ZRL. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, as well as check out Miguel's Steak and Chains. The link for his channel is down below, and there should be a little pop-up here as well that you can click to go directly to his channel. So until next time, until next season, see ya.